Mr. K. Ramesh Kumar, who is the IFS officer and member secretary of Jammu and Kashmir. Sir, welcome to the panel. Now you have seen a lot of ideas coming up from Uttarakhand, and now we would like to listen from you on your thoughts around it. Thank you.
First of all, I my gratitude is towards Shri sir. In fact, he has opened this session with excellent initiatives taken by Uttarakhand, the pioneer. I can say the pioneer Himalayan state in implementation of many such innovatives. Thank you, sir, Subudhi sir, for your initial remarks in this regard and for the great innovations taken in Uttarakhand state.
Thank you.
And definitely we are also proceeding in the same lines in Jammu and Kashmir also. And before starting my session, first of all I thank Mr. Kamal Sharma, the CEO of WeCare, because you and Mr. Akram Haq, both the organizers of this important workshop at the right time. You have organized this important workshop at the right time, because you might be knowing that CPCB and MOIF and CC are regularly conducting such type of webinars and workshops in this coming days also, because our government is committed by July 2022. Many of the important implementations are going to be happen, like the disposable spoons, ice cream spoons, and all plastics are to be banned. So a lot of initiatives are being taken, and you have in fact taken the right initiative. So thank you so much for this. Coming to the sustainable tourism vis-a-vis plastic waste management, yes, the topic is very, very important, and that too it is very, very important for the Himalayan states, because these Himalayan states are the most important states for which are having tourism potential. And in this regard, obviously, Jammu and Kashmir, which is having a very important place in the international tourism map, because it is known as the paradise on earth, obviously. And definitely the government of Jammu and Kashmir and the Pollution Control Board, are taking a lot of innovative steps in making our beautiful state pollution free as well as plastic free. So in this regard, I can say that we are in consonance with the commitment of our Honorable Prime Minister of India, because in the Beat Plastic Pollution campaign, which was the focus on the World Environment Day 2018, he has emphasized that by 2022, our country will be free from single-use plastic. So we have taken that in our account, and we have proceeded in this regard. And one of Jammu and Kashmir, for all of your kind information, Jammu and Kashmir is one of the states which in 2019 itself, like charity begins at home. So in 2019 itself, by virtue of government order 356 issued on 8/3/2019, has in fact banned the use of single-use plastic in all the government offices, PSUs, autonomous bodies, universities, schools, colleges, and in all the corporations, ULBs, everywhere. And in all the government functions also, and in all the government meetings also, way back from 2019 onwards, the use of single-use plastic is banned in all the government functions in Jammu and Kashmir. That is the first step. And all these have been effectively implemented across the Jammu and Kashmir, and it has directly, we have taken into account, we have directly implemented further to the hotels also, the hotel industry, which is a very big industry in Jammu and Kashmir, because you cannot rule out the role of tourism industry as well as the hotel industries, because it is a very coordinated effort. Through coordinated efforts only we can eliminate the single-use plastic. So the tourism industry here, which is very well organized tourism industry, because of the world famous tourist spots are here, like Gulmarg, Dal, and Sonamarg, Pahalgam, and Mata Vaishno Devi, the pilgrimage tourism, which is very important pilgrimage tourism. So in this regard, like to sustain the tourism, as well as to carry forward the initiatives of the government, we have in fact conduct regular meetings with the tourism industry as well as with the hotel industries, and mind-blowing results used to come, because the tourism industry as well as the hotel industry all are very kind and very cooperative in this regard. And many a times they used to come out with lot of campaigns on their own. And many of the hotels in Kashmir, especially, and in you can find many of the hotels in Katra at the foothills of Mata Vaishno Devi. They have in fact taken a lot of green initiatives, and many of the hotels they have conducted plantation drives. Also, they have planted more number of trees also in all the during the monsoon season as well as in winter season as well. And at the same time, they have in fact banned the use of single-use plastics in the hotel premises also. And whoever guest and tourist and the pilgrims who are visiting Mata Vaishno Devi as well as Shri Amarnath Shrine, as well as in all the tourist spots of Jammu and Kashmir, they will be first given awareness by the hotel industry and the tourism industry during the registration itself. And you can see from the Shri Mata Vaishno Devi Shrine Board website also, in the Shri Amarnath Shrine Board website also, they have given the account, all the account of the green initiatives they have taken. And in the tourism industries, tourism department's website also, lot of initiatives are being taken. And for your kind information, as pollution control board, what we are also doing from our side, for all the consents which are to be renewed by the hotel industries, we are actually imposing a condition to follow the government orders. The consent to operate shall be subject to adherence to the government order for elimination of the single-use plastics, as well as the recent directions of Honorable National Green Tribunal in OA number 400, which has been emphasized by the CPCB also, which is for implementation of these non-biodegradable materials in the hotels as well. So we have sensitized the hotel industry, and many of the hotels, they have in fact kept some signboards, kept some pamphlets in this regard in the reception desk itself for the information of the tourists who are checking the hotels. Apart from that, we are effectively using the eco clubs constituted in the schools and colleges, because they are the future generation which are going to take our country pollution free. So the lot of enthusiastic participation are being done by the eco clubs, and the eco clubs are concentrating mainly on the pilgrimage tourism in Katra, in Sri Amarnath Shrine, and in all the important tourist spots of Jammu and Kashmir, starting from Gulmarg, Pahalgam, Sonamarg, Verinag, this Doodh Patri, everywhere, and in Dal. So regular street campaigns, and we have roped in some street plays also. Some plays are also there, even very important tourist spots, just to sensitize the tourists who are all coming to Jammu and Kashmir. And then we have taken recently, the Jammu and Kashmir Forest Department has come out with a unique trekking experience in the famous Shri Shankaracharya Hills in Kashmir, because 360-degree view of Srinagar city will be viewed from that particular place. And in that, they have started, the Jammu and Kashmir Forest Department had started green initiative, like whoever enter into that particular forest area, that green trail, that is the trekking, eco trekking area, they have to deposit all the plastic items they were having, and they will be having they have to deposit security fee. Then while they come back, it will be delivered. And wherever possible, we have installed all waste bins regularly collected by the Jammu Municipal Corporation as well as Srinagar Municipal Corporation and Municipal Committee of Katra. Because at the same time, I admit, yes, lot of tourist influx is there in because of the signs of recovery of Jammu and Kashmir and normalcy returns to Jammu and Kashmir. Lot of tourist influx, and this time record number of tourists they visited during winter. For because many a times many of the people across our country we used to think that only summer tourism is there in Kashmir. No, lot of tourists this time throng in winter areas also for enjoying the snowfall, and record snowfall happened in Jammu and Kashmir after some 28 years. And day before yesterday also it was heavy snowfall was reported in Srinagar. And obviously, and at the same time, even now I can appreciate our people also, that through people like you, like your organization, and through social media and through environmental awareness campaigns of our government as well as from NGOs as well as from like-minded society. Now we can definitely, I can definitely share this thing that now the people, the tourists and the common people and the pilgrims who are all coming, they can, they are in fact very aware of this. And then at least I can say with full of conviction that at least they are properly disposing the waste, at least. So that is the first civic sense which has been imbibed by the tourists and the pilgrims. And great results we have in fact got, because regularly the checking by our district officers also revealed that yes, the required civic sense has been developed and imbibed by the tourist, pilgrims, as well as common people who are visiting. And at least because of proper wastage disposals, which are installed in proper places in all the entry exit levels, people are now bound because of great awareness happening in the social media as well. They are in fact following that good principles of proper waste disposal. So this is a good takeaway message I can give to this forum, number one. And then another important aspect of our government initiative was, you know very well, the land entry to Jammu and Kashmir is through Lakhanpur, the bordering Punjab state. So first of its kind, I can say in Pan India, the government of Jammu and Kashmir has designated a check post at the entry point of Lakhanpur, and that check post is actually designated as anti-polythene check post. And I don't think in any other state this particular anti-polythene check post is functioning. To my knowledge, it is not. But in Jammu and Kashmir, the Jammu and Kashmir government very with this innovative because it is one of the very it falls in seismic zone 5 also, so environmentally very fragile state Jammu and Kashmir. So very importantly, this decision has been taken, and all the vehicles used to which are entering through Lakhanpur will be put into check in this Lakhanpur anti-polythene check post, which is being manned by Pollution Control Board staff, Forest Department staff, and Forest Protection Force staff personnel, as well as Jammu and Kashmir Police. So all these four personnel are manning that anti-polythene check post. And obviously, in all the meetings chaired by our higher authorities, starting from our Chief Secretary and downwards, the emphasis was very clear: elimination of single-use plastic by 2022, in consonance with the idea mooted by our Honorable PM. So in this way only we are proceeding forwards. At the same time, yes, I agree, challenges are more, obviously, and then together only we can eliminate this particular thing. And in this regard, most important point I want to emphasize is that more and more of campaigns, more and more of awareness, more and more of inclusion of stakeholders. Because like only tourism industry and only hotel industry, no, we have to include the civil society, we have to include the common people, we have to include the NGOs, we have to include organizations like you and other and many of the corporate social responsibilities. They are also many of the corporates under corporate social responsibility also have to be roped in. Then only, otherwise government can come out with certain guidelines and certain our ministry also, our CPCB also, our state pollution control boards and government and ULBs, we can come out with certain guidelines, certain initiatives. But without the support of the people and without the support of like-minded organizations like all of you, it will be very, very difficult to implement and get it done at the field level. So my appeal through this forum would be to all the participants who are all joined in this webinar to come forward, to come forward and take forward the message of our honorable PM for the elimination of single-use plastic by 2022. At the same time, our tourism industry also should flourish. So vis-a-vis our green initiatives are to be developed and alternatives are to be developed. And for your kind information, actually, there were only 3 big manufacturing industries of single-use plastic in Jammu and Kashmir. But before 2019, then after 2019, we have slowly asked them to shift over to new technology. Then I have to appreciate them. Now all the 3 have shifted to new technology. One, in fact, one have completely stopped the production of single-use plastic. Rather, he has moved on to making of paper disposables. Second one, he has moved on to polylactic acid based disposable plates, completely eliminating the disposable plates made of single use plastic. And then the third one is now shifting to paper disposable. So as on date, in the entire jurisdiction of Jammu and Kashmir, there is no single use plastic manufacturing unit. That is a big achievement from the government as well as from the Pollution Control Board of Jammu and Kashmir. And we have in fact asked our government also to come out with giving more and more of incentives to such type of industries who are coming forward to go for alternatives to plastics. Like one such big industry, they are now in the offing, they are coming out with making of leaf cups and all like that. No, they have some initiatives, green initiatives and biodegradable cups and all, they are in the offing. But I don't know, because they are taking so much of time. But because of the new industrial policy of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, many such alternatives are coming into the forefront. And yes, together we can definitely achieve this particular goal of elimination of single-use plastic. And lot of things to cover, but at the same time, since time is very, very less, and obviously all of you are all the other panelists are also eagerly waiting for their turn. So these are all some of the initiatives, and many of such green initiatives are in the pipeline. And definitely together we can come out with elimination of single-use plastic, and at the same time, with more and more of green alternatives, definitely we can allow our tourism industry also to flourish, because it is in fact livelihood based. So we have to take that into account also. So in this regard, these type of initiatives, these type of workshops, webinars, they are all very, very important. So once again, I thank you, Mr. Kamal Sharma, the CEO of WeCare, and as well as Mr. Akram Huaq, the founder editor of the Policy Times, and all the other panelists and all my previous speakers who have thrown light into this wonderful session and the most needed session. So thank you so much.